Inakshi, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah,
please. Am
please
I
go
audible?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning to all the dignitaries, guests, and delegates. Welcome to this session of International Conference of Media and Communication conducted by the School of Media and Communication, Adamus University. This is the fifth session of the two-day conference. I am Meenakshi Ganguly, currently pursuing my bachelor's in Media and Communications from Adamus University. I will be the student coordinator for this session. The topic for this session is health communication, which will be led by the session chair, Dr. Rajesh Das, Associate Professor and in charge, Department of Media Communication, Department of Mass Communication, University of Burdwan. The session co-chair is Dr. Waqas Mahmood, Lecturer, Department of Mass Communication and Media Studies, GIFT University, Pakistan. The moderator for this session will be Ms. Moumita Dedash. She is the Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism and Communication, School of Media and Communication, Adamus University, Kolkata. She is pursuing her PhD program in the Faculty of Media and Communication, Symbiosis International University, Pune. She is the Chief Editor and Project Supervisor of Journal Post, which is the SOMC student news portal. Recently, she has published her debut Bengali fiction book, Shat Kahan, by Ukyoto Publishing in 2022. She was the former editorial consultant of International Justice Mission. She has a rich experience of 16 years in media studies as an academician and the print media industry as a journalist. Before the official commencement of this session, kindly let me explain the terms and conditions for the participant delegates. Each paper will be given 15 minutes, out of which the first 10 minutes will be reserved for explanation, and the last 5 minutes will be dedicated for the questions and answers. The session will be covering 5 papers, so we have to consider and respect the time provided for equal participation. This will help the session to be conducted smoothly. During each paper, the moderator will be reminding the time limit to the authors to maintain the decorum of the session. Now, I would like to hand the session over to Ms. Moumita Dedash. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Inakshi. Good morning to all the dignitaries and the participants of ICMC 2023. This session is on health communication. It is a study and use of communication strategies to inform and influence people to make choices about their health through different channels of mass media. Health communication is often used synonymously with health education, which can contribute to all aspects of disease prevention and health promotion. Thus, health messages through public education campaigns can help in changing the social climate in order to encourage healthy behaviors, create awareness, change attitudes, and motivate individuals to adopt recommended behaviors. Without further ado, we will introduce our experts of the session. We take great privilege to welcome our guests of the session, Session Chair Dr. Rajesh Das and Session Co-Chair Dr. Waqas Mahmood. To give a brief of both the dignitaries, Session Chair Dr. Rajesh Das, Associate Professor and in charge of the Department of Mass Communication, University of Burdwan. He has done his PhD work in health communication and had also worked as a principal investigator in a major research project funded by ICSSR IMPRESS, Ministry of Education. Dr. Das had also acted as a collaborator in 4 consecutive research projects with the IIMC New Delhi. He has published over 37 research papers and presented 90 research papers in national and international seminars or conferences. Our session co-chair, Dr. Waqas Mahmood, is a lecturer, PhD student in media studies at the Department of Media Studies, the Islamia University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. Welcome, sir, from our neighboring country, with a project on misinformation on social media. He was also a visiting graduate student in the Department of Communication, the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, USA, on the 6-month IRSIP fellowship program funded by HEC Pakistan. His research interests include communication in digital era, misinformation and information disorder, media literacy and media mindfulness, and media effects on kids. Waqas is also an IMNCR PhD ambassador. Welcome to you, sir. We have presenters, at least 6 presenters are there. I would request all of them to, abide by the terms and conditions and also the time. The first presenter is Pritha Mishra. Her paper is Impact of Natural Disaster on Public Health and the Role of Extension Workers and Analysis of Selected Case Studies. Pritha, are you there? Pritha Mishra, are you there? No, I can't see Pritha Mishra. I just move on to the next speaker. Niranjana Shalini and Dr. E. Indira. The topic is mobile health interventions on home care for preterm babies, identifying the areas of concern on home care among mothers of preterm babies. Niranjana, are you there? I can see Niranjana Shalini. Kindly respond. Niranjana Shalini. No, we can't actually. Your audio is not, we can't hear you. I think there is some tech issues. Can you please log out and then log in, please? Again. Yeah, please. Thank you. I would like to call upon the other presenters. Anushka Srivastav is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Dr. Phil Shubrata Chattopadhyay Banerjee? No. Jyoti Datta and Sri Prakash Pal?
Yes, ma'am, present. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. I think we can move forward with our, I think Niranjana will take some more time. Anushka Srivastav, are you there? You would like to go ahead with the presenter?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
If I'm properly
Okay, so
audible.
we can start with Anushka Srivastav and Dr. Neeru Prasad. Their paper is an investigative survey on media usage and health awareness in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead and
Ma'am, there is a problem with the webcam. If that is okay, then can I just present with the video off? Because that is not working properly.
Okay, you want to share screen? Do you have any presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can share my screen.
Yeah, please share your screen.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, one and all. This is Anushka Srivastav, research scholar from the Department of Cultures and Media
Can you make
Studies.
it full screen? Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am. Just
Please,
a
can
second.
you? Yeah, please do that.
Ma'am, is it okay now?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Anushka Srivastav, research scholar in the Department of Culture and Media Studies from Central University of Rajasthan. And the topic for my research work is an investigative survey on media usage and health awareness in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. So, talking about health, one of the key measures of every nation's development is its quality of health. Health is considered as one of the major indicators for the development of any country, and the good health of individuals make them active agents in the process of development. For a healthy society, health facilities and infrastructure are essential, but creating awareness and reaching out to the public with appropriate communication channels it is of utmost importance. During the past few years, the requirement to disseminate health-related information using the media
Good
has
morning.
increased.
Anuksha, I want to interrupt. You come to your point, that is the objective, come to
Okay.
your data, mode of data analysis, theoretical foundation.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Talking about the objectives for my study, the first objective is to investigate the accessibility and preferences of various available mass media formats for receiving health related information, to get an insight into their experiences towards health related information into the media, and to offer a policy implication that is suggestive in order to enhance the process of information dissemination. Well, with the proliferation of digital media platforms and the rise of social media influencers, individuals have more opportunities than ever to access the health related information and advice. However, the abundance of information also presents challenges, including the potential for misinformation and conflicting messages. The study aims to investigate the relationship between health awareness and media, exploring how different forms of media influence health beliefs and behaviors. By examining the effectiveness of various media channels in promoting health awareness, the study will further provide insights on how healthcare professionals, policymakers, and media practitioners can collaborate to improve public health outcomes. The methodology for my paper includes the research approach and design, which is descriptive in nature and quantitative. The current study focuses on the different difficulty of disseminating tailored information on women's health awareness. And concerning the research problem, the study falls in the category of descriptive research, as it tends to discover the different dimensions of the media for its utilization by the target audiences. The data and resources, primary data has been taken into consideration with the help of a survey methodology. Census 2011 data has been considered for the sampling. Method used for data collection was a survey method with the structured questionnaire tool using the Qualtrics software, which includes 15 questions including demographics. The sample size was 100 respondents equally distributed among males and females. The units of analysis were the location of the study was Lucknow, the theme media and health awareness among women and male. Inclusion and exclusion criteria, only those who can access the data collection tool, as the survey was done with the help of a structured questionnaire which was prepared using Qualtrics. Survey was circulated online via some social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and email, WhatsApp, among approximately 150 respondents, out of which only 120 respondents responded. Then the survey was done during the month of January 2023, and the tool is a structured questionnaire. Sample size 100 males and 100 respondents, including 50 males and 50 females. The sampling technique which has been used is convenience sampling. Talking about the theoretical framework of the study, the theoretical framework lies in the study by Bloomer and Katz. The theory emphasizes on the connection the audience shares with the media. According to the study, media consumers are enthralled by specific media material, which puts them in a proactive position. In addition, they will also understand the many motives behind their desire to consume a specific form of media. They deliberately use the objectives and choose media in order to satisfy their wants and requirements. Katz further discussed several needs that were categorized as integrative, affective, and cognitive. These included the development of information, understanding, and knowledge, as well as the enhancement of emotional, aesthetic, and pleasurable experiences. The uses in gratification research proponents have pointed to the needs as driving force behind people's media intake. Further, the sample description for the study includes: the study is dominated by the respondents who fall in the category of 18 to 33 years of age, that is around 79%, and the remaining 21% of the respondents are from 42 to 50 years and above of the age. Academically, 60% of the respondents are graduates and 31% have chosen the others category, while 9% of them are 12th pass or diploma holders. Occupationally, the students make up to 32%, whereas 47% are employed. And the remaining 12% are either is business or homemakers, and only 9% of them are unemployed. So, discussing about the results and findings in this section of the study deals with the data collected from 100 respondents regarding their choices and preferences of media forms available to them. Further, the experiences of the respondents concerning the use of media to receive health-related information are highlighted. An analysis of the audience response reveals a few key points to be noted while emphasizing the information dissemination process. Talking about the first objective, the most accessible media among both the respondents, male and female, turned out to be internet and social networking sites, whereas the least accessible media was magazine, posters, or banners. Similarly, the most preferred media among the respondents was also internet and social networking sites, while the second most preferred media was television and newspaper. The least preferred media came out to be magazines and radio. The most preferred source of information regarding health information turned out to be family members or neighbors, whereas the least preferred source was Anganwadi centers or self-help groups and ASHA workers. This was the chart describing about the preferred media among both the respondents. The first category deals with the respondents of male and the second deals with the respondent of females. And as we can see, the ratio of females and males turned out to be the highest in case of social networking sites and internet. In conclusion, all the identified forms of media, which is newspaper, magazine, radio, television, cinema, wall space, banners, posters, internet, social networking sites, are available for the respondents. However, both male and females have preferred internet social networking sites as a medium to receive health-related information. Major factors identified for the lack of availability and accessibility are the lack of resources or capital and mismatched timings for broadcasting health-related information. Now, the suggestive policy implications for the study reveal that there is a good scope for interventions that are to be made for the advancement of the information dissemination process. People accept and prefer getting information through the internet and social media, especially health-related information. Further, the study suggested a number of policy implications. 1. To consider broadcast timings and resources as major reasons and interventions to be made to improve the timely delivery of health information. This, in case, to increase the availability and accessibility, the policymakers are suggested to consider broadcast timings and resources as significant reasons and interventions to be made out to improve it for the timely delivery of health-related information. Moreover, it was also noticed that the different age groups, the reasons for non-availability and inaccessibility have a variation. So the policymakers should or may consider the same while designing the health information dissemination process. It is also suggested to work upon the effective use of media to educate the masses, and secondly, health centers to be made more advanced to deliver the health information effectively. Third, the policymakers are suggested to consider that both males and females in different age groups mostly prefer internet or social networking sites. Internet networking sites. So this can also be considered while designing the designing the information dissemination process. A number of studies have also highlighted the importance of social networking sites, whereas have been used in health communication initiatives which aim to have a wide variety of ambitious health-related benefits at a quick rate throughout the past decade. In contrast, some have even underestimated the benefits of using social networking sites for the same. The result of the present study talks in favor of using social networking sites for health information, and the data also reveal the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presenter, session chair would be having some questions, or we can take the questions later on. So,
Better after completing the all
okay,
presenter,
fine.
we'll discuss
So
it.
we'll go ahead with that. Okay. So next presentation, Niranjana is there. Niranjana Shalini. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Now you're audible. You can go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. I'll share my presentation, ma'am.
Okay. Can you make it full screen? Okay, I think it's already there. Okay, you can
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
It's full screen, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. So my topic is the identifying the areas of concerns on home care among mothers of preterm babies. Preterm infants or babies born before 37 weeks of gestation, and they may need extra medical attention and assistance compared to full-term infants. Preterm home care means the medical care rendered to premature infants in their homes after they are discharged from the hospital. Common work includes feeding assistance, monitoring of vital signs, medication administration, and importantly, education for parents on how to care for their premature infant. The rationale for my study is Target 2 of Sustainable Goal 3. All countries should aim to reduce neonatal mortality to at least as low as 12 per thousand live births by 2030. So neonatal mortality rate in India is 20 according to sample registration system 2020 reports. Hence the need to identify the modalities for reducing this rate. So this paper focuses on identifying the areas of concern in preterm home care among mothers of preterm babies to design mobile applications as a support system for mothers of preterms. So need for the study, preterm babies are 2 to 4 times at higher rate of mortality. Globally, 1 in every 10 births is preterm, according to Insights Editor, Jan 2023. Need for research to evaluate the effectiveness of different interventions for improving home care for preterm babies. Missing or delaying this essential care can rapidly lead to worsening and death of these preterms. This is my review of literature. This Christina Garnholm conducted a qualitative study. So this study will be useful for my future mobile interventions for preterm home care applications. And Ms. Monica Rita Hendricks also conducted a qualitative study on this experience of mothers of preterm. This study explains about the mother's psychological stress when they handle the baby in an ICU and provides the confidentiality of the mothers in preterm home care after discharge from the NICU. Objectives to identify the areas of concerns on preterm home care among mothers of preterm babies discharged from NICU and postnatal wards. To assess the knowledge on home care management of preterm babies among the mothers of preterms. Research methodology, research design is used as a qualitative descriptive study was conducted using a semi-structured phone interview method. Thematic analysis method is used to narrate the data which was audio recorded. Sampling technique, purpose of sampling technique is used since the mothers of preterm is the target sample. So population is mothers of preterm babies who got discharged from the NICU or postnatal ward in Aishwarya IVF Center at Coimbatore. Sample size is 12 mothers. The analysis method uses thematic analysis method. In this, there are 6 phases. The first one is familiarization with the data. This involves reading and rereading the transcripts of semi-structured phone interview, which was audio recorded to become familiar with this data and then taken the hand note of this data. So after this hand note, after rereading all this data from the mothers, it was generated the initial codes. So initial codes is generated after this initial codes. This code collecting codes into potential theme. So we developed potential themes. There are 7 themes we developed according to this initial codes. Reviewing and refining things after making these potential themes, then these themes are reviewed and refined, and some things is eliminated. This is not related to the insights. And defining and naming the themes. This involves reviewing the data and the codes within each theme to ensure that it accurately reflects the experience and perspectives of mothers of preterm babies on home. And producing the final report is the 6th one. The themes are then integrated into the final report, then summarizes the key findings and insights from the thematic analysis. So the 7 themes is this. Theme 1, challenges with KMCs. Most of the mothers have informed that I have a problem in continuing kangaroo mother care because when I keep my baby in my chest, she is crying and wriggling out. And sometimes I'm feeling tired, so I'm not giving KMC. With this themes, I have subdivided these themes into difficulty in continuing KMC, and another one is baby's discomfort during KMC. So all these themes, we understood that mother needs proper explanation about kangaroo mother care demonstration in home. In the hospitals, they used to do because all the doctors and staffs are supporting. In the home, they are very lazy to do and they are feeling difficulty in spite of working in the home. So this needs proper education about games. And next one is theme 2, feeding challenges. So one of the mothers said, I have feeding issues and less milk to feed my baby. So doctor advised me to get formula milk. So this gives anxious to the mother because this formula milk will give my baby the immunity or not. So this with these themes, the sub themes is divided into difficulties with breastfeeding and insufficient milk production. So these feeding challenges is more percentage. Most of the mother was reported these feeding challenges. So proper education about feeding challenges, proper education about breastfeeding, especially proper position and proper attachment. Demo video is very important. So this was noted. And theme 3 is challenges with breastfeeding. So my baby finds difficulty in taking direct breastfeeding. So now I'm feeding my baby through Palada. Most of the mothers, without giving breastfeeding directly through Palada, they are feeling the anxiously. So breastfeeding is very important for preterm mothers after discharge. So all those mothers need proper explanation about breastfeeding, their sucking reflex, their baby's weight, about all those proper education needed. So these things is what noted. And theme 4, uncertainty about correct sterilization process. Some babies, if they didn't achieve the birth weight, didn't achieve the weight properly, that is more than 1.3 only will give direct breast milk, otherwise will give Palada. So 1.2 discharged babies are giving Palada feeds. So they don't know about proper sterilization process. So these also we have to take it concern. And theme 5 is lack of knowledge on danger signs occurs in preterms. So danger signs is very important. The mother should know. The doctors advised in discharge time about this danger signs. Later on, they forgot about this danger signs. When I asked the mother, they told only about breathing difficulty. They don't know about other signs such as jaundice and abdominal distension, vomiting, aspiration, all those things. So these we have to be noted. And theme 6, lack of knowledge on immunization. I'm not sure about immunization, but the doctor advised me to bring for immunization. Most of the mothers, they don't know about proper immunization.
Sorry to interrupt you. Please conclude. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So you focus on the data results and all.
Yes, ma'am. This is demographic data results. So age of the mothers, the maximum findings is to 21 to 25 years and 26 to 30. And most of the mothers are secondary education. Family history of preterm babies is less only 33%. And birth weight of my sample is 92% is 1.1 to 1.5 kg. And age of the baby maximum more than 28 days because 1 month they were in the NICU, then only they got discharged. So most of the samples I got in more than 28 days. So the conclusion of the study highlights that mother of preterm babies report feeling underinformed about how to care for their baby at home, and they do not have access to the resources. The importance of providing support and guidance to parents of preterm babies for a sustainable growth and development of preterm babies with proper education and resource through mobile health interventions for mothers on preterm home care can reduce this mortality rates of neonates to achieve the target 2 of the Sustainable Developmental Goal 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Niranjana. Our next speaker is Jyoti Datta and Sriprakash Pal, and they have their paper named Health Communication Through Social Media Advertising, a study on the effect of health messages among Gen Z. Over to you, Jyoti Datta. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're on. Please go ahead.
Good morning, one and all. Myself, Jyoti Datta, presenting my paper on health communication through social media advertising, a study on the effect of health messages on Generation Z. Ma'am, my screen is visible to all of you?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So I'm presenting the paper on the behalf of Sriprakash Pal as well, Department of Mass Communication Research Scholar, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. So, yes, social media is a broad and constantly evolving. The term is generally referred to internet-based tool which allows individuals and communities to gather, communicate, to share information, ideas, personal information, messages, images, and other content in cases to collaborate with other users in real time. Social media platform is an increasingly source of information about healthcare. Social media advertisements are projected to provide consumer with increasing amount of information about the ailment, treatments, with undermined effects on the demand of marketed pharmaceuticals, health and health outcomes. I move on to the next slide. Literature review. Digital and social media platform offers a convenient way for people to acquire information, to share it, and have grown to be a popular channel among young people as communicate. Neil and Hilgis, 2002. Social media is an effective way to spread information, but there are significant issues with the content reliability, quality, correct use, according to Moodhead et al. Virtuality is a rapid spread of certain ideas or pieces of content. Combat, 2010. The power of social media, according to Garvin J.J. 2010, studies underlines lies in its instant access to information exchange through word of mouth, which is widely regarded as a powerful form of advertising. I move to the next slide. Teenagers' health behavior modification in relation to fitness, physical activities has tremendous potentials because of social media dynamic availability to engage and sustain big audience. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention, CDCP, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the national health agencies have used social media platform as a timely information dissemination sources during and after the recent epidemics like Ebola pandemic, the COVID-19, H1N1. Theoretical framework has been, I've taken the two theories, theory of reasoned action and theory of planned behavior as taken for the study. I would like to discuss the two theories a little bit. Yes. The two theories, that is the theory of reasoned action and planned behavior, suggests that the person's health behavior is determined by the intention to perform a behavior. A person's intention to perform a behavior is predicted by the person's attitude towards the behavior and subjective norm regarding the behavior. Subjective norm are result of social and environmental surrounding and the person's perceived control over the behavior. This has been effective in spreading health promotion, counseling, treatment, prevention, campaigns, and other topics related to health. My objectives are to find out whether social media platform as a source for healthcare information is healthcare communication via social media is helpful for teaching the general public. Does social media affects the mental health? These are the three objectives of my paper. My methodology was quantitative method used for this particular study. Convenient sampling were used due to economical and time constraints. The population of the study was basically the college students of Kolkata. The sample size was 50. Respondents were asserted for the study. The Google form were distributed, and it was an online survey. The data collection was shows that how social media benefit healthcare. So yes, it does. 54% out of the 50 respondents said that it raised awareness regarding the public awareness. Promotion of public citizen engagement was 14%. Combating misinformation was not shown in the data. Communicating during the crisis saw 30%, and others saw a negligible amount of data. Do you discuss the authenticity or the usefulness of the health-related information received on social media with doctors and healthcare professionals? So 54% said yes, 26% said no, and 20% said maybe. Is healthcare communication via social media is effective in educating the public? 58.8% said yes, and the rest is as shown in the graph. Do you remember the health message received on social media? There is an interesting thing that the members remember the ad but not the product or the ad. That shot 29.4%. Remember the message and the product but not the ad, shot 25%. And remember the ad, that is 19%. And do not remember at all, remember is 25%. Next slide. Is healthcare marketing are investing more on social media to acquire the Generation Z? So there was a dilemma. Like it says that agreed percent is like 43.1%, 35% said they are neutral about it, and strongly disagree was 9.8%. I move to the next slide. Does social media affect mental health? This was also my objective. Yes, it does affect. According to the survey, 82% said yes, it affects, and 11.5% said maybe. Do you verify the credibility of health information on social media? 55% said yes, 19% said no, and 25% said yes or maybe. Do you discuss authenticity? This is already discussed. Do you use the health internet engine, search engine on your smartphone or tablet to access relevant health information? 71.2% said yes, 15.4% said no, and 13.5% said maybe. Do you do online health seeker trust social media? 73.1% said maybe, and 19.2% said yes. So my findings were with some unfavorable outcomes and scant proof of effectiveness using social media and other digital media to improve the health and prevention of disease has yet a conflicting result. Social media is altering the type and the pace of communication between people and health organizations. The general public, patient, and medical professionals all utilize social media to talk about health-related issues. My conclusion is this: by giving general public, patient, healthcare professional a forum to discuss health issues, social media gives healthcare a new dimension and may even help to improve the patient outcome. It is an effective tool that encourages user participation, provides a venue for social interaction for a wide range of public. Social media is increasingly used in public health education, especially among Generation Z, due to its availability to remove physical barriers and typically impede access to health care information and support. That's it.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Dr. Phil Shubrata Chattopadhyay. Her paper is Techniques for Parenting in the Digital Age. Over to you, Shubrata. Are you there? Hello?
Okay, I'm coming. Just a minute. I'm audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead. Yeah, Shubhrata. Yeah, please go ahead with your presentation. Hello.
Yeah.
We can't hear you properly.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, screen is visible. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Just a minute. My battery is low. So, good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Shubrata Chattopadhyay Banerjee, and I'm going to present the technique for parenting in the digital age. So, first I would like to focus on our new digital age for so many people, such as the younger generation. You can see here that the younger generation who are benefiting from the first space of technological advancement in history, and the second is this is an beautiful time to be alive or being within this digital. But if still we are using and we are getting uh, ample of advantages in the digital age, but it is, we can see there are some difficulties with the parents. So and we can also see there are still some big and very real challenges with the parents, that how they can handle their kids in the digital era. So I will focus on that. And first I want to discuss about what are that challenges. So about the challenges, so I will focus on this. So there are still some big and very real challenges, and one such group that is curious about how parenting is changing in the new digital ages. And the challenges are such as over including in screen time, the screen addiction, child safety and the security, etc. So here I will also discuss that how should parents bring up their children in the digital age. And here I want to give an overview with some survey that almost 1 in 5 children under the age of 12 in the US has their own smartphone. On the other hand, among them, there are just over half that got their phone between the ages from 9 and 11 years. And as many as 35% of those kids got their first device when they were between 5 and 8 years old. So we can see from the ages 5 to 8 years, and after that 9 to 11 and 12 years old, kids are handling the smartphone, and it is very difficult to manage nowadays that how they are using the digital platform when they are using the smartphone and any kind of devices like tab or something like this. So what is a good digital parent, or how the parent can handle this kids in the digital era? So digital parenting is the process of teaching children how to use technology safely and responsibly, right? And it may include setting limits. So how the parent can bound the time. Parent can bound the time for the children for using the digital devices. Okay, so it may include setting limits on screen time, monitoring their online activity, teaching them about internet safety or how to use various devices, and how do you raise a child in the digital devices. So the questions also arises that how do you raise the child in the digital age? So here are the solutions. And I will also focus that what defines an ideal digital parent, which is the focus of my research here. The parenting skill and ideas for a new age like this, that parenting skills and ideas it can be constructive, and I can give some tips from the survey that I can connect to this age limit within 5 to 8, 9 to 11, and after that 12 to onwards. So it is. I want to share some tips that how parent can manage this digital within the kid with this digital age. So first, I want to say that make your own family media use plan. The second can be treat media as you would any other environment in your child, and set limits and encourage playtime. Screen time should you need to fix the screen time, or you need to fix up some locking period from the screen side. Maybe you can fix half an hour or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, something like this, and after that the screen will be automatically locked and the kids are not able to use that device again without your permission. That it is very important thing. And the other thing, using this kind of things, you can make a make example of a good parenting model, and know that value of face-to-face communication. And sometimes we can see when the family are gathering together, but they are not discussing or they are not interacting face to face. They all are busy with the digital devices, maybe the smartphone or other devices. So it is very important to interact or talk together, or to talk face to face. So nowadays we are going very much mechanism. So it is not good for build a family or build a relations. So it is important to talk or share the time together, except the devices. Okay. So this way we can handle the digital era and our relations within the family. So this is my research, and in my paper I would like to focus elaborately with analysis with this that how we can handle this keys and how we can grow our
Excuse
family
me, Shubrata,
more.
you have to maintain your time. It's already
Okay, the time
okay.
I'm
Yeah, 10
crossing
minutes.
the time. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Please
So okay,
conclude.
so
Yeah.
in my paper I want to focus more with this topic, and yes, this is my aim of this research. Thank you.
Thank you, Shubrata.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So can I stop here?
Yeah, you can stop your sharing. If you have concluded your paper, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
So
hope
I'm
you have
leaving.
concluded your paper. I don't want to. I hope that you have concluded your paper, right? Hello. Hello, Shubrata. Am I audible?
Your voice is cracking, so I'm not getting properly.
Okay, I'm saying that I think you have concluded your paper.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. I hope you have concluded your paper. Then please stop sharing. Kindly stop sharing, please. Hello, Shubrata. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. We have another presenter, but I think she's absent. By Preetha Mishra, Impact of Natural Disaster.
Hello?
on Public
I'm still
Health.
audible?
Yeah.
I'm not getting your voice, and
I
so
think
I'm
you
not
are
able
having
to
some.
understand what you were saying here.
No, I was saying that you have concluded. So I hope you have concluded. So I was just asking that you can stop sharing. It's okay. It's okay. So we have final presenter, Pritha Mishra, Impact of Natural Disaster on Public Health and the Role of Extension Workers and Analysis of Selected Case Studies. But I can't see Pritha. She is absent. So I can ask now over to our chair and co-chair, sir. Please go ahead with your valuable comments, your observation, and your if you have any questions for any of the presenters. Dr. Das, I would like to call upon Dr. Das.
Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Good
Yeah.
morning. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but we can't see you, sir.
Okay. Wait 1 minute. Start video is option is here. Maybe any technical glitches, I'll try to on my camera letters. Madam, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Enakshi. Madam Momita. At first, I want to share my sincere thanks and gratitude to the organizing committee at Adamas University, head of the Department of the Mass Communication, all the colleagues, students, and scholars. Actually, the session, the thematic concept of the session reads as the health communication. One is health, second one is the health communication. All we know the concept and notion or the narrative derived of the health first by the WHO in the 1940s. This is a very past issue. Then from health to hygiene, that another narrative. From health to hygiene, it came in the public health. And finally, in the late 1970s, the psychosocial theories are significantly considered in the health communication. So today we have listened 3 or 4 or 5 number of papers. What is the health communication? When you, for the presenter, just I want to know from all of you, when you try to elaborate a paper on health communication, first try to concentrate on which area you want to explore, on health literacy or health advocacy. If you want to go with health literacy or health advocacy, then there are the 3 specific wings are there designed by the WHO. Health literacy over on the institutions, health literacy over on the audiences, and health literacy over on the content. The same case, the health advocacy over on the institution, audiences, and the content. So first to define the area of research, and second, the typology of health communication. Then you come to your second or third staircase, that is the paradigm of your present research work. The first presenter, his name was Madam Onuksha, and she tried to explore the media usage or etc. And significantly, she mentioned the usage of media over on newspaper, TV, radio, that is the conventional, then digital form, social media, then community form, poster, banners, etc. Then extension worker, the ASHA, then the entertainment form, the cinema, the huge, complicated, confusing. And to avoid such kind of complication, so come to your third or fourth number of staircase, that is the paradigm of research on health communication. And WHO in the post-COVID session, the WHO is nicely and categorically defined. There are 5 consecutive paradigms to conduct your research work on health communication in general, health literacy vis-a-vis health advocacy in specific. And what are these 5 consecutive paradigms? These 5 paradigms are all we know: the ontological, epistemological, methodological, ethical, and practical. One paper in this session maybe try to highlight, her name was Jyoti Datta. I want to share my observation on that particular paper. Just to share 50 number of Google form. You can't come in structure conclusion that X% of audiences of total they try to share, Y% of audiences they try to explore. It's completely impossible. I'm requesting to all of you, go to the WHO is directive and principles, and that categorically reads how you want to conduct your health related research work, what will be your paradigmic nature. Secondly, in the post-70s, the psychosocial theories in health communication got some important, and the researcher gets some emphasis on psychosocial theories. So a new narrative, the cultural psychology of health, the cultural psychology of health communication may be defined as cultural psychology of well-being. So from health to hygiene, from health to hygiene to public health, and now health and well-being. So these are very important observation or the paradigms when you select your topic, when you try to design your research problem on health communication. Two more points I want to mention here. In the post-COVID era, who also tried to emphasize 2 or 3 important research methodology. That's the storytelling methodology, the narrative, and the new dimension of EE model. That means the entertainment education model. The new dimension also emphasized on the qualitative observations instead of quantitative. Why? Because the cultural psychology of health, the cultural psychology of health communication make it very, very distinct between two psychological phenomena that commonly known as emic, EFIC, followed by etic, ETIC. What are these? Want to share 2 sentences regarding emic and etic. These two TW, these two means the emic and etic. These two approaches of cultural psychology over on health and well-being refers to whether the related cultural phenomenon is studied from inside or from the outside. So that means it supports an inclusive, integrated ecology regarding health and well-being. You, your family, your community, health practitioners, extension worker, the society, the media, the state, the politics, everyone are considered in these concept, the emic and etic. So if we try to discuss about the health communication, then what will be the final notion? It should be a very much multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and transdisciplinary. The presenters, I congratulate all 3 or 4 number of presenters. They nicely define some research problem. They nicely present their research data and analysis. But at the same time, they have any plan how to preserve this data for future is the most important thing. The data collection, justification of data, nature of data, and preservation of data regarding health and well-being. And I'm requesting all of you, all the respected prepared presenter, that you should keep in mind the ethnographic study, the discourse study, the psychoanalysis study. These are the very popular and significant research tool in the qualitative research methodology under the health communication. Instead of just 30 or 40 number of people random selecting or the stratified selecting through Google and coming very broad conclusion. It's not the proper way. When you consider the health communication or the research work of the health communication is an interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, and the transdisciplinary means now you are in an ecology where the different variables are there. So just 30 or 40 number of respondents are not enough to determine the actual presentation of total population. That's the very important observation from my from this session, and hopefully co-chair is there. And again, I want to say, keep in mind whether you want to go with health literacy or you try to articulate the typology of health advocacy. Then either over on the institution or organization, audiences or the content. And finally, you design your paradigm, the research paradigm. Without research paradigm, it is not impossible to articulate your health communication research work. And I already mentioned it is the 5 important phases. Actually, what constitute the health and well-being? What constitute the health and well-being? The nature of the doctor-patient relationship, their existence, the conception of the existing society. What are these? These are some ontological expression. What constitute your information? What constitute your data? What constitute your knowledge? And ways of knowledge about health. So when you try to come from ontological to epistemological era, that is ways of knowing about health, means you should restrict, not go with the conventional mass media, the social media, along with entertainment media, the digital media, the community-based media, extension worker. It makes a huge confusion. So come to define, come to concentrate over on your epistemological observation, epistemological approach. That the ways of data collection, knowledge and information. Otherwise, your assumption, your relevance, your applicability over on the selected method will questionable, means your methodological problem may raise. So these 3 important era observation I want to mention again, that you should be very careful about the paradigm of health research over on health communication, namely the ontological, epistemological and methodological. Thank you so much again. Thanks a lot our co-chair. Thanks the organizer and the respected paper presenters. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable inputs and some key takeaways from your brief, valuable comment. That is cultural psychology of well-being. It's a term which really fascinates, and also the storytelling methods. I think this is very important that whatever we do as media communicators, we are communicators. If we can't communicate to the audience or the readers or the people who would actually take actions, I think storytelling method, it's very important. And also you also mentioned the EEE model along with the new dimension, and obviously the paradigm and the epistemological approach that you mentioned. Thank you so much for your observation. I just like to go forward with Dr. Waqas Mahmood, his observation or any questions for the presenters. Dr. Waqas. Dr. Waqas, are you there? Yeah. Over to you, sir, for your observations or any questions you have for the presenters. I can see Dr. Mahmood. Hello, sir, are you there? Dr. Mahmood? So we can see you, but we can't hear. You're not audible. Dr. Mahmood, are you there? Okay, sir. Okay. We will wait for you, sir. Please. So he'll take one few minutes. I think some tech glitches are there.
Just in the meantime, I want to share that one of the good paper was mobile health intervention on home care for the preterm babies. I hope Niranjana Shalin, no? Madam, you are here, no?
Niranjana ma'am is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The paper is good, but I'm suggesting you try to incorporate some observation from Albert Bandura's. His Bobodol observation, that is the social learning methodology, is very interesting. If you co-chair is here, so just I want to one point to Niranjana that you can incorporate the conception, the theoretical foundation of Bobodol experiment, that Bobodol experiment designed by Albert Bandura, that explored the social learning method. Otherwise, your paper was good. Thank you. And over to Madam Momita.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir. I hope it's fine with your audio.
Yeah, I think so. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me. And first of all, I would like to share some points about health communication. Health communication for most of the students and in most of the countries, health communication was not as much as dealing as it should be dealt by, and it should be studied by our communication researchers, and everyone realized the importance of health communication during the COVID and after the COVID. It is just like the fake news and misinformation. When everyone realized that we are circulating and we are dealing with misinformation and disinformation, and during the COVID, because before the COVID, most of the communication researchers didn't start research on health communication. So you can say that the health communication, to study the health communication, it may be the positive impact of COVID-19, that we realized that we should study about the health, and we should uh, give some importance to the health communication, and everyone realized that now health communication is one of the major area. And let's start to give suggestions to all the presenters. There are, I think, the four presenters. Everyone did wonderful job, and especially then Miss Niranjana, and she uh, her topic was related to preterm babies, and of course it is a major concern and the major health problem in not only in India but in Pakistan, and even all the South Asian countries. So it is a very good topic, and I think the all the four presenters are taking his research on a very broader level. So we should, I suggest that everyone focus on a very objective, according to your objectives, on very, you should narrow down your research, and uh, I have some suggestions for the Anushka, the I think our first presenter, and she highlighted that the investigative survey. I think that the survey, quantitative survey, is not very good, or not according to your objectives. You should go, only this quantitative survey is good, but you should use the mixed methodology. I think you should go with qualitative data also. One thing I have observed, that most of the just like the our side in Pakistan, we mostly focus on highlighting the issues. We are very good. Our students, our researchers are very good to identify and highlighting the issues, but we are neglecting, and we are not giving some solutions, or we are not we are unable to find the causes of the problem. So I think that is my suggestion, that we should mostly focus on causes causes of the issues, causes of the problem. Then we can move forward towards the finding the solution of a problem. And if we just highlight it, it is the same issue in most of the South Asian countries, that our researchers are very good in highlighting the issues, identifying the problem, but we are unable to find the causes of that problem. So I think that is the one issue. And the next one is the I would suggest something, the techniques of parenting in the digital age. So that is one more issue in our society, is that uh, so um, one more suggestion is about the education and awareness. So I think we should use word awareness, not the education. Media is not educating in the sense of health communication, or in the sense of all these four topics. Media is not educating. So I think in the conclusion, and in your suggestions at the end of your research, you should use word awareness. Awareness is more related, more relevant to our researches. And one more thing is that media literacy. I know that India is very good in working on media literacy, and I think I saw one of my friend from India. She posted that India India is offering media literacy courses from sixth grade. That is wonderful. That is wonderful for your democracy, wonderful your politics, for your society, and as well as for the health communication, and even climate changes issues, and of course the issues we are facing just because of information disorder. So that is a great step from your side, your researchers, your academic partners, academic institutions, and government also, because we are lacking in this side. So I think the media literacy would be a preferably a good solution for these uh, s- these problems. Uh, and once again, thank you so much for inviting me, and the especially the session chair, Dr. Rajesh, moderator, Miss Momita, and the student coordinators. Thank you so much, and wish you best of luck.
I have a question for you. Uh, uh, Especially in Pakistan, what are the challenges that you find in health communication, like the role of media? Do like the for the We know that we are all India and both Pakistan are developing nations. We know we have our own challenges, especially with the population, the number and all. What do you think the challenges that Pakistan has right now, and how do you think that
Um,
the role of media into it? Yeah.
um, I think our side, and the same, just like I have observed the Indian media also. We are more involved in politics, just like the political statement of one politician, and he is replying to the with another press conference, the other politicians, ministers, and जिसको आप राजनीति बोलते हैं, and media is more involved in that issue. And our media unfortunately is lacking in highlighting the issues, just like the climate change, just like even India is I think India is also facing the major issues related to climate change. Even Pakistan is facing these kind of, and even, but our media is involved in politics, and they are not highlighting, and that is the one reason that most of the people are ignoring traditional media. And people are not, people in Pakistan, people don't like to read newspaper, they don't like to watch news channels, because they are not highlighting the real issues related to health, real issues related to the survival of the society. And they are not aware, they are not, just like the, it is the problem of, I think, the agenda. Media is not highlighting, media is just like running after the race of rating. And in the previous years, especially in last 3 or 4 years, more, the rating of traditional media is declining, the viewership is declining, and everyone is highlighting their issues, just like the inflation, the economic crisis in Pakistan. Everyone is highlighting, because traditional media is very good. Everyone can post that we are facing the economic crisis, and we are facing different issues related to health in our society. Uh, they are posting on social media, but media is not highlighting, because I think government institution, health institution, academic institution, of course the communication experts, they should launch a very big or massive, very massive campaign for the society. Just like the preterm babies is one of the major issue in our countries. And mm, I have visited many hospitals that our nurses are filled with preterm babies, and that is the major issue. And but media is neglecting, and parenting is also a major issue. And everyone, all the four topics, just like the public health issues, and of course the media advertising, social media advertising. Social media is highlighting the issues related to health, but traditional media is neglecting that issue. They are more involved in politics.
You rightly stated that the real issues are not focused and more into agenda setting theory that we know, that we have read. Like they're all after agenda. They are not stating or highlighting the real issues which need to be addressed as developing nation, if you really want
And
to be a developed nation. Thank you so much,
exactly.
Dr. Wakas. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I would like to conclude the session. I would request Dr. Das, if he can come on camera, we can take one screenshot. I've requested. And thank you so much, Dr. Rajesh Das, session chair, the session co-chair, Dr. Wakas Mahmood, and our presenters, Niranjana, Anushka, Shubrata, and Jyoti, for your presenting your papers. Hope that we can meet again, ICMC, next year. And thank you so much.
Thank you.